Good Friday, everybody. Welcome live and direct from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio NX. It's a Friday edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. You know the drill by now. If you haven't done so, get down there in the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. Please tell your friends. Uh, you saw in the headlines that we broke for today. Maybe the straw that broke the camel's back happened last night. We'll talk about that in just a second. Get a few things out of the way here first. College basketball. Michigan State will be and Michigan are both out west, out in the northwest. Michigan beat Washington the other night. They'll be playing Oregon tomorrow afternoon. Michigan State is also out there. They'll be playing Washington tomorrow afternoon, and then Oregon, I believe, on Tuesday. And of course, begs the question: When do these young men go to class? The answer to that is they don't. A bad loss last Saturday at home to Wisconsin. No one should be naive enough to think that anybody's going to go through the entire season undefeated. That just doesn't happen anymore. What year was it? Bobby Knight went undefeated. Was that at Indiana? Was that 1970? I think it may have been. Anyway, you just don't see that anymore. But pro basketball, Pistons won a game last night where they did not play particularly well. They beat Phoenix 108-105. They're 29 and what are they now? 29 and 10. They've got the Pacers at home tomorrow night. If they win tomorrow night, they'll be 30 and 10. And Knicks continue to lose, so the Knicks have fallen down to third place now. The Celtics are in second place, 4.5 behind the Pistons. Celtics will be at Little Caesars Arena on Monday night for a showdown. Pistons won the last battle a few weeks ago in Boston. That's Pistons missed 15 free throws last night. Kate Cunningham did not have a good night, but this is where their bench came in handy last night. And Phoenix is a good team. The Suns are a good team. So it was a hard-fought win for the Pistons last night. In fact, it came down to the Suns having a three-point attempt at the buzzer. They missed it. Would have set the game at over. The Pistons won the game last night. So you got the Red Wings playing tonight, hosting the improved, if you will, San Jose Sharks at Little Caesars. San Jose got off to kind of a rough start. They're playing very well right now. So the Red Wings have their hands full tonight. And Todd McClellan continues to make line changes. As I said, the game that they lost Tuesday night, you could pretty much knew that was going to happen. It's just the way it is in professional sports, especially in hockey and basketball. You play on the road. Your legs, when you hit the final period, you just don't have any gas left in the tank. You don't. That's going to happen. Stephen A. Smith implying on ESPN, was it on Get Up, that Pistons could reach the NBA Finals this year. I'm not so sure about that. Celtics are coming on, and that's why I'm interested to see this game Monday night when they play the Pistons. Top two teams in the East go at it. I still think the Celtics are the better team. I don't know what the problem with the Knicks is. You think wish they still had Thibodeau as a coach instead of Mike Brown? I still didn't understand that move. Trade deadline is a few weeks away yet, as it is in hockey too. So that gets you caught up. Let's get our sponsors out of the way here before we get on to Tigers and Lions and what won't happen next year in Major League Baseball. Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. Been in operation now for more than 4 decades, more than 40 years, serving our community. This is the best sit-down restaurant in our area, and nothing is even close, folks. And don't forget now, they've got the new expanded hours. Monday, Thursday, and Friday nights. They go from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then, of course, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. New and improved menu. Everything on the menu is good. All the new stuff. I've tried it all. It's really good. Uh, Award-winning breakfast served all day. Fast, friendly service. Great family atmosphere. You can't ask for anything more in a sit-down restaurant than what you'll get at the Finish Line Family Restaurant on Carlton Road in Hillsdale. I can assure you, when you eat there and fuel up from food at the Finish Line, you'll always finish first. I promise you that. I'll see you there. We are also brought to you in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. And I'll give you a little advice. As soon as this script clears off here. Start the new year and drive with a new 2026 for Frank Beck Chevrolet. Now through February 2nd, well qualified buyers, you get a brand new 2026 Equinox for just 3.9% financing for 60 months. And you make no down pay, and you make no payments for 90 days. No payments for 90 days. Truck buyers, check out the 2026 Silverado 1500 light duty crew cab with TurboMax engine at just 1.9% APR, and you make no payments for 90 days. Don't forget to ask about available bonus cash that can save you thousands. You look at the lease? That's no problem. Bex has the best lease arrangements available, like a 2026 Colorado Trail Boss for as little as $349 a month for 24 months, with just $16.59 due at signing. As always, see the dealer for complete details. So start your year and drive, folks, with a new 2026 from Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Get in there and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. Sorry, the voice is going here. It's going. As always, Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan, and Frank Beck Chevrolet is the number one selling Chevrolet dealer in our immediate tri-state area. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance in Jonesville on the corner of M99 at US 12, 517-849-1000. That's BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000 on M99INS.com. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. I don't know if I get by this with having much of a voice left or not, but I'm going to try. Lions still in search, in no particular hurry, I guess, for finding a new offensive coordinator. As the mock draft continue to come out, and it's that time of year, everybody and his brother has a mock draft. You've either got the Lions taking an interior defensive lineman or an offensive lineman. It's way too early for that right now. But Mike McDaniel was here in the past week. I believe Ken Catholic came in. And now they requested to interview Arthur Smith. He who coached a couple of years in Atlanta and most recently the offensive coordinator with the Steelers. That's a little surprising. But apparently the Lions are leaving no stone unturned in their search for a new offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard. Miami has requested to interview him for their head coaching vacancy. I don't get that one either. I don't really understand why, but if you're a Lion fan, I pray to God every night that they would hire him and he'd take that job down there. I don't know what would prompt them to want to hire him as their head coach, but hey, you go down there and interview and get the job to you, Kelvin. I just don't think he did a very good job this year as the Lions defensive coordinator. Okay. Little baseball talk here too. Kyle Tucker last night signed a 4-year, $240 million deal with the LA Dodgers. Will that be the straw that broke the camel's back? And then a little earlier this morning, right around noontime, we find out that Bo Bichette, has signed a 3-year deal with the Mets that will pay him, roughly $42 million a year. What's that, 126 million for the next 3 years? That's nothing compared to what Kyle Tucker's getting. Kyle Tucker's a decent enough player, but I can tell you this. If you just Google the Dodgers sweetheart TV deal, it's rather lengthy, but that will explain why they're able to do what they're doing right now. In short, any TV revenue the Dodgers have coming in right now, most other teams do. Is that fair? No. This is part of a deal the Dodgers cut. Was it in 2012 when the new owners took over and they implemented their own network, Spectrum Sportsnet LA? That's all that money's theirs to keep. Any money they get from that, they've got unlimited funds right now. Look, if we had a salary cap, you'd have a ceiling and you'd have a floor. Not only would that prevent the big market teams from spending like a drunken sailor, but it would induce the smaller market teams, more frugal teams, I think, to spend more money. You'll have a ceiling and you'll have a floor, and they're spending somewhere in between there. Yeah, I think it induces the smaller market teams, and you know who they are. I don't have to tell you who they are. The Tampas, the Kansas Cities, the Pittsburghs, the Miamis, whatever. But I'm saying a salary cap, I think, would help everybody. It's got to happen. Now, December the 1st, at 12:01 on December the 1st, there will be no baseball for at least 6 months. It'll be a lockout. I don't look for anything to get settled. And the union is absolutely not going to concede to any kind of a salary cap. It's just not going to happen. So, Scooble. After the Tigers, I don't see the Tigers have been made the favorites to win the American League Central. That's not saying much because they have the highest payroll in that division. That's not saying much either. I think Scooble will sign when the season's over. He'll sign with the Dodgers for more than $60 million. You could see a 10-year, $600 million deal for Scooble from the Dodgers. I don't know what happened during the winter meetings. A reporter from Channel 5 in LA tweeted that the Dodgers were closing in on Tarek Scooble. They were just working out the final arrangements of a new contract for him. And then I don't know what happened after that. Nothing came of it. No. Kyle Tucker's an okay player. You look at 22 home runs last year with the Cubs. What do you have? 78, 73 RBI. He hit 266, OPS of 821, and he won a Silver Slugger Award. I don't think he was worthy of it, but he did. He only played 136 games, by the way. Those numbers are comparable to what the Tigers' Spencer Torkelson put up last year. Tucker had a little higher OPS, a little higher batting average, but Kyle Tucker's an okay player, but he certainly isn't the best player in Major League Baseball. It's not even close. Look at what the Mets gave Juan Soto last year, a 15-year deal. If Soto spends all 15 years with the Mets, it will net him more than $800 million. Right now, it's paying him about $52 million a year. This is absolutely insanity, ridiculous. Absolutely, it has to stop. The craziness must stop. It's going to stop after this season. I don't look for any baseball next year until at least June. At least June, maybe into July. You could see a 70 or 80 game season next year. And that's probably the best case scenario. We'll talk more about this tomorrow morning on the Time Out Show with Andy. So much, and then, by the way, like I said, if you Google Dodgers sweetheart TV deal, that will pretty much explain why they're able to do what they're doing now. talk about this tomorrow morning. And before we get out of here, Quality PC and Don, and I lose my voice, by the way, Quality PC, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610. 5372, 517-610-5372, 37 Walden Street, downtown Hillsdale. That's the only place around here to go for tech services. I've told you time and time again, that's the only place to go. Anything at all. Tim Lindley and his staff are more than capable of resolving any technical issues you have. We're so fortunate to have them in our immediate area here. 37 Walden Street, downtown Hillsdale. 517-610-5372. Get in there and see them. And when you do, tell them Miguel Cabrera and I both sent you. Thank you very much. That's it. My voice is gone. I'll get a little honey down me, see if that helps any. Anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning on the radio with Andy and Jed. And then again here on Monday. So thanks so much for watching, listening. Have a great weekend. Remember, please treat each other with respect. And while I still have a voice, I will simply tell you, have a great weekend, everybody. If you're shoveling snow, pace yourself. See you on Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.